Welcome to Lake Gogebic, located near the western edge of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. This is the largest inland lake in the western UP, and it offers healthy populations of walleye, smallmouth bass, northern pike, and jumbo perch. But today is a beautiful day to catch some crappie. To help us track them down, we'll be riding along with Justin Soffa of Just Fish Guide Service. He's got the crappie in his sights on this edition of Fisherman's Digest.
Nice one.
Little guy.
All right, guys, Scott with Fisherman's Digest here with Justin Soffa. We're going to be up here in Lake Gogebic, catching some great fish. Stay tuned for a great crappie show.
Yeah, he just shot up out of the crib to eat that. There was one big one like sitting just
Way
above
high,
him,
yeah.
and I was just about to get to him, and that fish just came straight out of the crib. Little guy. It's fun to watch him come up and eat down there. I was a little on the short side probably. Crappies are pretty thin. I like to keep them between 9 and 11 personally. That one was probably a 7-incher.
Got him?
That one just came shooting out of the crib.
You know?
I mean, when I'm bluegill fishing, I'm just bobber fishing. Just waiting for me to yank it down. Trying to make bobber fishing good again. And crappies, they just kind of suck it in. I'll watch my line a lot because you'll get a loop in the line. And as soon as you see that line get taut, or if you're on a day like today where there's no wind at all, you'll actually see the line buckle where the fish will up-bite it. It's they got really soft molds, so it's nothing that's usually too super aggressive. All of a sudden they'll just kind of load up on it. So having a rod with a soft tip on it definitely helps.
Hey, I
There you
actually
go.
hooked something.
I see him coming up. They like your color choice.
It's even the right one.
It's a speck. So that fish was down a little bit actually.
Yeah. Oh, it just like Justin was saying before, the line just gets a little bit tight. I saw the line kind of kick up because the fish came up from down below it and grabbed it and pulled it up. So these crappies are great eating. Obviously this one's a little bit small. We'd like to keep them around that 11-inch mark. Throw back all the big ones, so get it back.
That time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed mine.
You're gonna love these fish. Tell you what, you want to get on some fish, come fish with Justin.
Yep, I use side imaging mostly, just look for structure, and then go back and fish it. If I drive around the lake and I find something that I feel like should hold fish, then I'll mark it, and then go around and check it and see if there's fish on it. And usually at some point, with all the stuff I found out on this lake, there's fish on it at one time or another. So it's good to have a bank of a bunch of spots and find out where they're sitting on each particular day.
Got him?
Got 'em. Feels gilly.
Acting that way.
Better one.
Nice gill.
Nice hen. Feisty little girl. That's a nice quality bluegill there. Yep, nice hen. We'll get her back and she can lay eggs next June. Oof, there she goes. And that's one thing I do if I go on a new lake, like I haven't fished before anyways. I'll map it for 2 or 3 hours sometimes before I even cast a line. I'll go around, gather as much information as I can on the lake, you know, get my waypoints out there and then go around and fish it. It's a lot more efficient that way, I feel like, than fishing a new part of the lake each time you go there, because you can only cover so much water in a day. So I like to go around, gather as much information as I can, find spots that look fishy, and then I have that data for the future. I can go around and just fish those spots. It's tough if you only have a weekend to do it, but in my, you know, for my part, I'm fishing the lakes several times a week, possibly. So I like to get all my information right away, and then I have it for whenever I need it. Boy, if this is a bluegill,
I got a net for him.
Tugging, that's all I know. Yep, it's a dandy.
There we go. Oh, look at the belly on that thing.
And nice bull.
I guess so. Don't you fall in the water.
That's a nice bull.
Sure is.
The bull's got the nice orange bellies on them. Really, really nice color to them. Just a beautiful fish. Looks like you got a free nose piercing today. Gently get that out of there. So the bulls are real important to keep in the water because they protect all the fry on the beds. The females will dump their eggs, they'll fertilize them, and then they protect the fry. This guy get back in there. Oof, there he goes. Bye-bye. Mostly the western UP and northern Wisconsin. I do smallmouth trips, occasional walleye trips. Obviously the panfish here on Lake Gogebic, I think the panfishing on Lake Gogebic is about as good as it is anywhere. There's such quality fish in here. You can get at me on my website. It's justfishupnorth.com, or you can call my cell phone 715-360-5974.
That seems like it's got some shoulders. Oh yeah. Nice fish, Justin.
A little better than the last one.
That could be a picture gill.
She shook loud, she was still on the hook and got away. We called them ones camera shy.
Scotty actually hooked something.
Crappie.
Yep.
It's a nice one.
Getting a little better. Just on that same little chartreuse Strike King swim bait. Little 1/8 ounce head, 4-pound test, tour grade fluorocarbon. Go ahead. Oop, I almost had a double.
Ooh, he's getting bigger all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
he is.
He was little there for a while, but then he got a little bigger.
That's a nice one. Little fat head.
Another bull. Yeah, nice little bull. He's got that orange throat on him again. It's a classic sign of a male bluegill. And he wanted that worm big time. He hit it a couple of times actually. Oh, Scott's hooked up. What do you got?
Little crappie again. A little bit better one.
We'll let him go. Be a good eating size if you're going to keep some, but not today.
Yeah. Tell you what, Lake Gogebic is very, very fertile. On there, definitely. There we go. Good old double.
Whoa. Mine was acting like a tough guy there for a while.
Yours is still acting like a tough guy. That's a nice one there. Yeah, we'll get a nice picture of these two together.
My gunnels are a lot higher in my Ranger. When
Yeah,
they do that,
so.
they bounce back.
The bluegills are definitely self-releasing almost today.
I feel like if I was guiding today, I would owe somebody a steak dinner.
Well, you can still do that. Got him.
Feeling a little gilly.
Yeah, doing a little back and forth. Another little bull. Nice fish.
Well, yeah.
Well, today Justin and I are doing a couple different techniques. I'm actually throwing a little bit heavier jig. He's fishing a slip bobber right now, but when we get around these trees and some of these cribs, obviously, you know, you're going to lose a lot of jigs because if you let them fall too low, these fish have been seen to come up, so we're trying to keep the fish and our baits up above the fish so they come up to them. But if you just fall asleep for a little bit, or I go to grab the net for Justin, I'm losing a lot of jigs.
Here he comes. Told you he was coming.
Yeah.
Be another really good eater right there. A lot of fish have gotten the pardon today.
Well, I tell you what, for this week's Strike King Tackle Box, I mean, we've been using a bunch of Mr. Crappie jigs. I'm throwing a little swim bait here, skirted swim bait. He's throwing one of the little 1/8 ounce heads with a little bit of a worm on the top. Sometimes we're using a slip bobber. We use the lightning shad, a few other the grubs and everything else. So just take a look at the Mr. Crappie line from Strike King. Tons of different lures for every situation.
Yeah, this is a heavy fish. What we got here?
Dude, you're getting pulled all over here. Dude, that's a beauty.
This one is fired up. There we go. Look at that mega.
That's an awesome fish. Got him.
Hooked up.
Hooked up finally. Down again, just threw a bunch of slack in the line. Well, they are such a pretty fish, aren't they? Well, the nice thing about this is it's it's a lot like bass fishing for smallmouth on the Great Lakes. I mean, we're using our Garmin electronics here to kind of see what's in front of us with our forward-facing sonar. So it's a lot like object fishing for smallmouth on the big water. So that's kind of the same, but you know, for me, it's like I usually have stuff that's on the bottom. These fish want to have it above their head. That's the tricky part for me. Yep, I like to have stuff fall towards the bottom, or actually hit the bottom and present baits on the bottom, where this one you have to kind of keep it up in the water column. The fish are definitely feeding up, they're not feeding down.
There's a knock the slack into my line again. That's a speck.
Yep. Another nice one.
I had just gotten hit by a bluegill, where it's just that quick knock on the line. And as soon as my line went down again, this fish knocked the slack right into it. He was hungry. Love it when they're bitey, love it when they're aggressive. I'm gonna need myself a new plastic after that. This plastic's caught about 15 fish on it already today. And
Yep.
yeah, so this is the chartreuse and white Strike King lightning shad. Kind of a staple crappie color.
It's the most popular color they make.
I like throwing the white and chartreuse with a pink head. Just give it a little contrast. Got the 3 best crappie colors right there in one shot.
There you go. I saw the line jump.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what this is. Oh, big crappie.
It's a netter. That's what we've been looking for all day.
Yeah, that one had a little more oomph to him. A little better shoulders on this guy.
Yeah, beautiful.
They still get bigger in here, but this one's on his way. Got that big old crappie mouth. Oh yeah, just barely hooked in there too. Just barely in the snoot.
Whoa. Dude, what you got there?
This might be a...
Oh, that's a big one. No, I'm hooked on the thing.
This
He's
is
got
a mammoth. There we go. Big enough you can lip it. Just another brute, big old female. We get both the males and females. We'll get 10 pluses of both out of here. It's not just the females. It seems to be more often than not the big ones we get are females, but we have got some males that were over 10 as well. We're just fishing on top of a tree right now. Yeah, this is the tree and the branches here. These are all fish around it. There's some bigger ones up there too. He stole my worm. Some big grown blobs on there. So I think the reason this lake is such a good panfish fishery is there's a lot of mayfly larvae in here, and not just mayflies. Once you hit that end of June and the mayflies start popping, there's just hatch after hatch after hatch of different bugs. It's like non-stop. Even a week ago, I came out in the surface just covered with fly pieces. So these fish are just gorging on them all the time, and they still got room for a worm. Never met a fish that swims that won't eat a worm.
Fall is a great time to visit Lake Gogebic. In addition to the unparalleled beauty of the changing of the seasons, Lake Gogebic consists of over 13,000 acres of prime fishing water. In addition to the crappie, walleye, smallmouth bass, northern pike, and jumbo perch can all be caught here. The entire Lake Gogebic area also serves as the perfect hub to experience the vast and untamed wilderness that is the Western UP. Explore endless rivers and countless majestic waterfalls. Take a big water charter out on the mighty Lake Superior. Wander the trails of the Ottawa National Forest and experience the Porcupine Mountains with 60,000 acres of forests, over 90 miles of hiking trails, and numerous camping and lodging sites. It is the largest state park in Michigan and a true vacation destination. So whether it's biking or hiking, fishing or paddling, you won't find a spot with more nature to discover and explore than right here in the Lake Gogebic area. To find out more, go to explorewesternup.com.
Another good one. There's a dandy there.
Well, Justin, thank you for taking us out today on Lake Gogebic. I'll tell you what, for a panfish lake, this is bar none one of the best in the UP. Crappies, bluegills, tons of smallmouth, walleyes, you name it, this lake's got it.
Don't forget the teeter pigs.
Oh yeah, big perch in the winter.
This lake can definitely be tough to fish, but it's also a fisherman's paradise. It's very quiet. You don't get a lot of wake boats or anything. And how many fishermen do you think we saw today?
Oh, just a couple, that's for sure.
2 or 3 boats total. It's a very quiet lake, and it can be some phenomenal fishing out here.
I'll tell you what, thanks for stopping in for Fisherman's Digest, and we'll see you next week.
We'll get this guy back. He can tune in next week.
There you go. Beautiful fish.